A life full of love and happiness. Is it soon to be forgotten?
No, it's time to be disruptive. Her well-lived life need not fade from memory until it is erased. Nor must her remains be buried in a cold, soon-abandoned grave. It's time to think out of the box.
I doubt Mom ever came within 20 miles of this cemetery. Such a long drive to get here, too. And that plain stone, it's like every other grave marker. I miss Mom so much, but coming here doesn't make me feel any better or closer to her.
I come here to pay respects to Dad, but frankly, it feels like an empty waste of time. Just a generic, impersonal stone in a graveyard far from where he lived. I feel guilty, but Dad wouldn't want me to come here just out of obligation.
It scares me, but I seem to be forgetting all those times together with Grandma and Grandpa. They were always so sweet to me, but it's so lonely in this graveyard. I feel like they've been abandoned here, and visiting just makes me feel sad.
When we die, we'll leave behind people who'll mourn our passing. But traditional cemetery burial provides a poor experience for visitors, who often have to travel long distances and endure inclement weather to bury and visit loved ones. And cemetery space is scarce, especially in crowded urban areas where families must pay even greater prices for plots, if they can purchase one at all. Most communities have not planned well for population growth as it relates to eventual burial space. These families and communities desperately need a solution.
Since the 1960s, condominium laws have provided for legal ownership of both individual room units and collectively owned common areas. Panagon is using the same laws to create condominiums, where individuals purchase units known as heritage galleries that safely house deceased family members in sealed containers within an enclosed vault. The condominium owners would also collectively own common areas which could be managed by a third party. These Panagon buildings offer true real estate investment value for purchasers. They will own their own private room and, if need be, transfer ownership or sell their property just like a traditional condominium. Panagon also offers a vastly superior experience to cemeteries. Each private room will be decorated to the owner's taste with mementos, photos, and available videos to help them feel closer to their loved ones in the sheltered comfort of their own private quarters. Visitors are spiritually enriched by the lasting memory and legacy of their loved ones, surrounded by cherished keepsakes and artifacts of their lives. As family members enjoy their visit, their loved ones rest in a sealed, tight, hermetic vessel behind an enclosed wall within the room. These vessels are designed to be both secure and portable, allowing families the option to move without leaving their loved ones behind. They can also be easily transported to an alternative destination for a fraction of the cost of disinterring a casket from a grave.
Panagon owners will have an online account using our web app, which they can use to upload thoughts, writings, videos, photos, and recordings collected over their lives. To ensure the highest level of security, this personal data won't be stored on any cloud-based online server. Our dedication to personal privacy and avoiding data breaches is so great that each family will have their own private closed-loop local area network for their room. This Panagon maximum security system protects each family's digital history while providing a unique and safe way for the deceased to still touch their loved ones' lives. On the other hand, Panagon recognizes that for some, convenience of remote use and the ability to engage with their friends and family members is of greater value. Therefore, the level of security is a personal decision each family can make, and the app will allow for everything, From the default Panagon maximum security system to a cloud-based storage option that would allow all who are granted permission to view or edit the files using smartphones, computers, and other devices. To see how all that works, meet Mary and Frank. Having led full lives with many joyful memories, they wish to preserve and share their experiences with family and future generations. But most of these memories are on obsolete media such as 8mm film and videotape, as well as written letters. Since Mary and Frank own a Panagon Heritage Gallery suite, they can scan and upload everything to their personal Panagon biography account, or they can choose Panagon's expert preservation service to do the work for them. Of course, like most people today, Mary and Frank have been using their smartphones to record everyday experiences and interests. As they travel, attend events, and go about their daily business, it becomes a habit to share these experiences to the Panagon app, similar to sharing on Facebook or Instagram. And not just photos, they can also add text, audio, or any shareable content created on their phones. For example, Mary is an artist. She wants to share her love of painting with her family and future generations. So she records videos on her smartphone showcasing her painting techniques. She then uses the standard sharing function in her phone to upload the video to her Panagon app. If she wishes, she can take a moment to add a brief description, search tags, and other options. Regardless, the app will use its algorithms to automatically organize her videos for her. Later on, Mary can either review her videos at the Heritage Gallery, or if Mary selected an option other than the Panagon maximum security system, she could remotely edit it or even invite family members and friends to contribute or comment as well. In this way, Mary personally shares her love of painting with present and future family members, ensuring her passions and interests will live on after her passing. Mary can also leave private messages for family members. She simply records the message and specifies the recipient, future delivery date, or event to trigger the message. In this example, Mary leaves a personal message to be delivered to her granddaughter on her 21st birthday. These special messages will be cherished over the years and keep their relationship alive long after Mary's passing. All of Mary and Frank's family members also have online biographies via the app, which are interconnected through their general family group account. Based on each individual's permissions, other members can view all or part of another's web page, or their pages can be kept private until a specified date. All content can be searched and accessed individually, or via a handy timeline that allows visitors to view the entire family history and events in relation to each other. Mary and Frank's biographies are best experienced within the Heritage Gallery itself, where departed family members are interred. In lieu of headstones or plaques, each member can have a wall-mounted monitor which displays collages on a living wall. Visitors to their Heritage Gallery will enjoy a completely secure closed-loop local area network with tools deploying sophisticated technology such as AI, facial and optical character recognition, along with searchable databases to display entertaining stories, informative mini-documentaries, and sentimental vignettes prepared in advance or composed on the spot based on visitor searches.
Panagon will also be able to accommodate the needs of any group or affiliation. For example, as a benefit for military or law enforcement members, individual rooms, floors, or entire buildings can be purchased by government, or similar may be done for churches, synagogues, or mosques. Extended families may also purchase multiple rooms and combine them into one large unit, even disinterring previously buried family members at different cemeteries to unite them all in one location. As for funeral and cemetery industries, Panagon is a perfect fit. Viewings and services will be held in provided parlor space on the first floor. When services are complete, there's no need to travel. The departed is simply transferred to the hermetic vessel, then respectfully interred in their Heritage Gallery. Both funeral home and cemetery owners will buy and develop building space to help them cultivate lasting relationships with families. And real estate developers will be eager to expand their product lines by licensing the rights to develop their properties as Panagon buildings. They'll be able to purchase affordable land and repurpose old buildings at lower costs, giving them impressive returns on their capital investment in a green Panagon development. In fact, for Panagon investors, Returns are expected to exceed 5 times their investment over 5 years. Initially, Panagon will prove its concept by building up to 5 condominiums in different cities. Thereafter, it will license its proprietary intellectual property via royalty agreements with developers, funeral home directors, cemetery owners, and insurance companies. With such prospects, Panagon expects to disrupt the $18 billion United States funeral and cemetery industry and reach a market cap of $1 billion or more within 5 years.
As Mary and Frank use the Panagon app, a massive database will accumulate, chronicling everything they do, observe, and think. Even mundane details about the purchases they make, products they use, food they like, shows they enjoy, political comments, places they visit, saving college tuition for their children, and whether they can afford life insurance. Every detail they share via the app will be tagged with relevant category markers and become part of the digital mosaic of their lives. Their future progeny will learn not only the highlights such as career, vacations, and family experiences, but also the little things like Frank and the kids joking at Mary's refusal to use any toothpaste other than Crest, Frank's endless supply of knock-knock jokes, and Mary, the former hippie and bleeding heart liberal, debating with MAGA hat-wearing Frank as he watched Fox News. Because their friends and family define Mary and Frank by these preferences and quirks, they too will be happy to comment or add videos, photos, and narratives about them using the app. Safely within Panagon's closed and secure social network, Panagon's artificial intelligence will sort and organize all these details and make them part of Mary and Frank's stories. And Panagon will be methodical, meticulous, and zealous in honoring its pledge that no collected facts will reveal the names or likeness of any customer. Their digitized contributions of intimate personal feelings, aspirations, and stories will anonymously document, quantify, and qualify the shifts and cycles of the thoughts and deeds of the world's population. Subject to its pledge to keep the individuals anonymous, Panagon's agreements with its customers will grant it all rights to sell the unprecedented vast storehouse of human behavior, which in the aggregate might be the largest single repository of highly actionable data ever available in one place. Time-stamped images, videos, GPS locations, voice patterns, physical activity metrics, website visits, media content consumption, and social interactions are just some data examples from which intelligent algorithms can mine deep and meaningful demographic data. Panagon's database will be a treasure trove of information that can be monetized in both the market research and digital advertising markets. In fact, such deep consumer data empowers advertisers to optimize their trillion-dollar-plus annual budgets across all advertising media. For market research uses, Panagon's anonymous rich demographic data is layered across existing databases. In the case of data opt-in app members, user profiles and preferences can be directly and discreetly monetized using well-established tactics of the immensely profitable digital ad industry, a $125 billion market growing at 17% annually. The business math is simple. Since mass-market personal data is worth at least $240 per year per user, and 1 terabyte of personal data storage costs less than $70, the estimated gross margin is $170 and could be as high as 80%.
The first Panagon location is planned for Philadelphia. Once successfully launched, we'll increase the concept nationally and internationally. As Panagon locations are established, using the biography app will be as commonplace as posting to Facebook or requesting an Uber. Panagon will disrupt the funeral and cemetery industries, deliver exceptional investor returns, and forever change how people and their families view death. The buildings, rooms, and app will fulfill a deep-seated, unmet need for generational family connectedness and preserving one's legacy. Our mission is to ensure the end of life does not mean the end of relationships.